Now, in terms of this figure, I have no doubt in my mind McFarlane did a great job. But tell me, how in the hell y'all forget to include an extra fist hand for a brawling superhero?
That don't make no sense.
Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review for you. And as you can see today, we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys classic outfit Superman. And boy, does this figure look nice. Haven't seen any reviews on it yet. I decided to wait to have it in hand on myself. Therefore, everything will be my first reaction to this figure. And from what I've seen from McFarlane, everything has been great. So I'm hoping that this figure doesn't disappoint. That being said, let's go ahead and get to that sexy packaging so we can dive right into the figure, because I am eager to get this bad boy out of the package. Now, starting off with that sexy packaging, at the top we got 22 points of articulation. We got McFarlane Toys up there. We got 12 and up ages. So kids, this ain't for you. Superman right here in the package, looking nice. I don't see any paint issues yet. Cross my fingers on that one. We got DC Multiverse Superman at the bottom. Of course, with the window packaging, you can see the figure, and God, this guy looks super sick. On the side, we just got Superman right there. On this side, we got Superman Action Comics 1000. That's pretty dope. I don't know what that is, but I'm cool with it. At the bottom, we got all the stuff that nobody really cares about. And then, of course, on the back, we got the Superman card right there, which is dope. We got the Daily Planet in the background on the card. And then we got some more figures in the wave right there on the bottom. It doesn't show the figure, but it does show the cards that come with them, and that's pretty nice. Also, we got all of McFarlane's social media right there, so in case you're looking for them, it's got their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Alright, look, I'm going to get straight to the point with this one. I got to say right out of the package, in terms of looks, this is my favorite Superman. Absolutely, without a doubt. I could answer the question instantly if you ask me. This is my favorite Superman in terms of looks. Like, this is the figure that I want from Superman. And thankfully, Mafex is going to be making this, because otherwise I'd be pretty sad by the end of this video. And the only reason I say that is because this line is just too damn huge. McFarlane, if they made this in 6-inch scale, it'd be a wrap, because you guys see what I see. Look at the face on that Clark Kent. The hair, you can see he's got the little curl right there in the front. There's blue paint in the hair. Not sure how well it's showing up on camera, but it's just enough to give it like a very dynamic look. The way that they painted the Superman symbol, you got the metallic paint on there blending well with the yellow. The cape flows nicely. Like, that's beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I love wired capes, but this is something I can enjoy. The blue looks nice. There's not a whole lot of paint everywhere. I don't have any issues. The sculpt is there. I mean, to everyone who was doubting McFarlane, man, unless the articulation disappoints me on this figure, this guy is solid. Because from front to back, just looking at this figure, man, this is a damn good figure. Let's go ahead and put him back and see how tall he stands. Now, to the top of his head, my boy Superman does stand once again right at 7 inches. Like, they're really true to that 7-inch scale, because literally every single figure I've measured by them stands at 7 inches. And I think that's just the scale that they go off of for every character, because that's even what Harley stands. So it's strange that they don't try to balance them a little bit more, but hey, it's 7-inch scale. Now we get to the good stuff. My boy Superman looks up about that much, which isn't very far, but it's still effective. He looks down about that much. Unfortunately, he doesn't really look down at all. Like, you tilt his head and it doesn't it doesn't work very well going down. Not sure why. It's just like he's still looking forward. He does get head tilt, and of course you can turn it all the way around. His arms go up and out only about that much. You don't get too much further than that. He does have a diaphragm joint built in there. Now, with the way that they did the chest, unfortunately, it doesn't come out very far to the front. This is as far as you can move his hands out forward. I wish you could bring him over the chest a bit more, but as long as you bend it, you can get at about that much. So it definitely goes back much better than it goes forward. He does have a bicep swivel. He has double, actually, that's a single joint. I'm so used to saying double joint, it just kind of comes out. But yeah, he has a single jointed elbow. Really wish they would have got that double jointed. That's one flaw, but hey, whatever. His hands can move pretty much however you want them to. They're on the typical mezco, whatever you want to call it, peg or whatever. He does have a diaphragm joint, which allows him to crunch back only about that much. He does crunch forward a little bit. Of course, you can get a little bit more if you bend the legs, but that's about as far as it goes. Now, he does have a waist swivel. As I always say, with McFarlane, these waist swivels are tight. Be careful with them, but they are very effective. Now, the underwear are a soft piece, so you can get his leg to go up about that much before you're forcing it, and I wouldn't do that too much because you don't want any paint rub. It sucks to get red paint on that blue, especially since this blue is painted very nicely. Now, he doesn't really have much of a thigh swivel, just like the others. It's kind of just a bit of a turn, but it does help if you want to get his leg out a bit more. So it is there, just not very effective. Now, he has double jointed knees, and these work exceptionally well. Definitely can't complain about those. He doesn't have any kind of swivel right here at the boot. His foot goes down about that much, up about that much. Of course, you get the ankle rocker, and you do have a toe hinge. So articulation-wise, not the best, but damn sure not the worst. And it can do what I want it to do, so I'm satisfied. Now, in terms of accessories, he is lacking a little bit. As you guys can see, he does come with these pair of hands on him straight out of the packaging. They're just kind of like flying pose hands, or like slightly open. You can use them for flight and they don't look bad. He comes with a trigger hand, which of course you got to pull that Glock out when they use kryptonite on him. And then he has the fist hand, which I don't understand why they didn't just give him two fist hands. Like, what does Superman really need a trigger finger for? I don't understand that. McFarlane, y'all gonna have to explain yourselves on that one. Now, as far as other accessories go, he also comes with a card, which looks fine. It's just him standing in front of the Daily Planet. Nothing too special about it. And of course, you got a little bit of information on the back. Pause that if you do want to read it. And other than that, one other thing he comes with, I'm going to have to put him back to show this off. He does come, and I hit the camera, sorry about that. He does come with a stand, but the only difference between his and the others is that his is actually black and it's clear. And you get this piece as well for him to do flight. How it works is you pretty much just like slide this in here, and I'm sure you guys heard that click. If you don't want to use the flight stand, you can have him just stand on it if you want. But this does seem to work nicely. I'm guessing you just clamp this around his waist, and if that does work, I'll go ahead and show it right now. So here he is on the stand, and I will say it's very effective. It's not going to be one of those that you can use to pose him for photos, but it will look nice sitting on your shelf. Now, just in case it really does irk you guys about him just not having two fist hands, if skin tone doesn't really bother you very much, you can use the fist from the animated series Superman that I have posed in the back. They will work and they fit very well. Just for that one person who I know is probably going to think of this and try it out, just in case you think the fist hands from All Might are going to work, they are not. The hands are too big and they're not even going to sit still. Like, they just sit on the peg. That's literally it. Now, for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the McFarlane Toys Superman the Animated Series Superman action figure and the McFarlane Toys Harley Quinn Classic Outfit action figure. I did review both of these, so if you haven't seen them, definitely go check those out next. Now to go down the line a bit, next up here he is standing next to the NECA 2-pack Batman versus Alien Batman, the Mafex Justice League Batman tactical suit, and the Marvel Legends Velocity Suit Spider-Man. And as you can see, the only one that kind of stands close to him or eye to eye with him is the NECA Batman. In case you guys still don't believe me when I tell you that these figures are tall, here he is standing next to the tallest figures of the Dragon Ball line, and that's going to be the SH Figuarts Full Power Dragon Ball Super Broly and the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Super Boo. As you guys can see, he's almost eye to eye with Super Boo, who was known for how tall he is. Now I will say that my only issue with this figure is just the fact that he does not come with two fist hands. Anything else I can overlook, even though the articulation is a little bit more limited than I would like for it to be. Of course, that's going to include mostly the double jointed elbows and the butterfly joints. I can for sure forgive that because, I mean, for one, this is their first attempt at making DC figures, and these came out so much better than I thought they were going to. Like, this is still 3 for 3 in my opinion. Like, I love the Harley, I love the animated Superman, and now I love this classic outfit Superman. Like, all of these figures that I have picked up from McFarlane have worked for me. They lack a little bit, but hey, the company's just starting out, so we gotta give them time to grow. I don't really have any complaints other than that because I was a little bit skeptical about getting these when I saw what happened with the My Hero, and mostly the only issue I had with those was just paint. The paint was terrible on some of those. Not all bad, but just in certain areas, and it looked really bad in photos. I would have to go back and Photoshop it. I hated it, but I don't really have much of a problem with any of these figures. I haven't seen too many paint issues. I don't know if they've hired a new team or what, but to not ramble on, guys, this is a solid Superman figure. If you guys like Superman, this is as good as it's going to get in terms of looks. Now, of course, like I said, we all know Mafex is making a 6-inch Superman, but if you're okay with a 7-inch figure, this is it. For 20 bucks, I would not pass this figure up. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I mean, just look at it. It looks great behind a camera. I dig it. That's really all I can say. And if I had to rate this figure, it's getting a solid 8 out of 10 for me. And the only reason it's an 8 is because it's limited in certain parts of articulation and he doesn't come with two fist hands. But other than that, guys, go pick up this figure. And that is my review of the McFarlane Toys Superman Classic outfit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give this review a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Guys, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be trying to make more videos. Also, hit that bell icon so you do get notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, if you want to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube, make sure to follow me on everything you see listed in the description below. That being said, Animated Heroes out.